about A&R LeBron?
He got to do something. Lakers ain't winning. Women's History Month couldn't have gotten off to a better start last week with the release of the Jordan 1 Low Chicago Slip. Now, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, but women's footwear has come a long way. Introducing new concepts and innovation used to be a thing only for men's sneakers, but now, with shoes such as the Nike Air Max Dia, the Rebel 1s, the Blue Chill 1s, and now the Air Jordan 1 Slip, we are seeing the script being flipped. The Jordan 1 Slip dropped last Friday, and to the surprise of many, immediately jumped into our top 10 bestsellers list. It's the third women's sneaker released this year to exceed 1,000 sales in the first week on the market, joining the Blue Chill 1 and Jordan 4 silks. Now, women's shoes are being made exclusively for them, and men are salty. You can see it in the data. Just like we saw with the Blue Chill 1s, resale prices for the bigger size Slip 1s are almost 50% higher than the smaller sizes, with sizes 11 and a half and 12 going for more than $200. But even though times have been changing, it seems like L's have remained the same, especially when it comes to that recent Jordan 4 flight nostalgia. These 4s are now reselling under retail on StockX, and they're sitting on shelves in many sizes. You know what? Let's pass it to the Brick Boys and see how big of a bust this was. Yeah! Brick Boys, what's up? What's the score for this? Damn, that bad? I gotta agree, man. These 4s ain't slapping. To the street! If reselling was like poker, then you could always put your money on the Tri-Fergs. These Palace gems sell out all the time, and people bots snatch them up with the craziest of swiftness. But with Palace's second drop of the last spring season, the latest Tri-Ferg hoodie is still coppable? Jesse, is that right?
That's right.
Damn, that's a letdown. Now, it's crazy to think that Tri-Ferg sitting is actually a reality, given the past Tri-Ferg's hoodies have been such a certain success. The Circuit, the Slug, and recent Jobsworth hoodies have all been monster resale hits with average price premiums of between 30 and 100% and hundreds of StockX sales. But this week's Tri-Fade hoodies have average premiums of just 15% and less than 10 total StockX sales across all colorways. Now, just like poker, whenever you cop a Tri-Ferg, it's usually a royal flush. But for this latest drop, it's looking like you should hold on to some of your chips. To the weekend! La, 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 wait till I get my money right. Whew. It's time to cop the new Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 Inertia dropping this weekend on March 9th. These colorways go almost as hard as the OG Wave Runners and are looking like they might bring Yeezy drops back to life like a Sunday service video. Now look, if Ye is not your vibe or your wave, Adidas are also set to release the smoking hot Adidas Futurecraft 4D ZX 4000 Black Onyx on the same day. So please be prepared to spend a check and hit 200 miles on the dash before they sell out everywhere. Shout out to you, Future Hendrix. Thank you for the bar. Now look, don't go sleeping on Jordan Brand because the GOAT is releasing the Jordan 9 Dreaming to Do It this weekend. And look, it's a vibe because these 90 classics are also dropping on March 9th. Now as for streetwear, Supreme is back like the Red Sox in spring training, getting ready for another championship run. Although shout out to my Tigers, this may be the year. Now this week, keep your eye out for hoodies, tees, animal print Tims, and fire biker pants made from the finest material, capriche. Also, make sure to keep some room available in the streetwear closet for Palace because they're releasing some more major spring heat this week as well. Now before we close out, we got to give some love to the Market Watch Comment of the Week winner. Shouts out to Ishan Hardaway. I feel you, my guy. You're not the only one soaking in salty tears over those brick 700 salts. That's all for this week. For more StockX market insights, like and subscribe to us here and follow StockX on Instagram and Twitter. And if you plan to cop any of this heat that we speak, let us know what in the comments below. We'll be sure to show you some love.